Here's a quick runner-by-runner guide to the 2024 Aintree Grand National. Number 1, Noble Yates for Harry Cobden and Emmett Mullins. He's carrying top weight. It will be a tough ask, but he did win this back in 2022. Was fourth last year to Carrick Rambler. He's been hurdling this year. Was a little bit disappointing in the stairs at Cheltenham, but he's still only a 9-year-old. He was the youngest ever winner of this race in 2022, so should run a big race again. He has a good chance. Number 2, Nasalam. He pulled up in the Gold Cup last time, has plenty of weight in his back now. He was a runaway winner of the Welsh National on heavy ground. The more rain that comes to Aintree, the better chance he'll have, but looks a stiff ask at this weight. Number 3, Cocoa Beach, the highest in the weight of the Gordon Elliott runners. Pulled up in this race last year. He'll relish testing conditions, but looks well exposed at this stage. Number 4, Capadano. Ran a decent race when fourth to Protectorat in the Ryanair. Pulled up in this race last year, though I'd have stamina concerns for him. Number 5, I Am Maximus. He's one of the most interesting runners in the field. He's the choice of Paul Town and looks the first string of the Mullins team in the Grand National. Was a runaway winner of the Bobby Joe Chase last time. Really won that in the canter. Vanillier was back in second that day. He's a grade 1 winner. He's got any amount of ability. He has his own way of jumping, which might be a question mark about him. But if he takes to these fences, he can be really, really dangerous to dismiss. I don't think stamina will be a concern. He's a massive player. Number 6 is Manila Endo, the 2021 Gold Cup winner, the choice of Rachel Blackmore, who won this race, the first female to ever win the race, of course, on Manila Times a couple of years ago. He was well fancied for the cross country at Cheltenham, which was unfortunately cancelled. I think this has been the plan all year long. He still looks to retain some of that old ability. If the ground came up nicer on the day, I think he's got a real big each way shout. Number 7 is Carrick Rambler for Lucinda Russell and Derek Fox. Last year's winner, of course, but he's up £13 from that mark that he won it off last year. I thought he actually had quite a hard prep race in the Gold Cup last time. Was staying on very well that day. It was a really credible run, but it's a different prep than he had last year when he won a handicap at Cheltenham quite easily. It's a big ask to go back to back. Not many horses do it. He looks a little bit too short in the betting for me. I think it'll be really tough for him this year. Number 8 is Janadil. He ran really poorly in the stairs last time. Never won beyond 2 mile 4. Stamina is a massive concern. He's a big outsider. Number 9, Statler. He's a dour stayer, but he's really inconsistent this year in particular. At his best, he is a bit of a squeak, but he'll need the ground to dry a bit more. Number 10 is Malheur Mission. He was second in the Hennessy last time. He's a dour stayer. Soft ground will be absolutely no issue. If anything, it will be a help to his chances. He's got a big chance, I think, at an each way price. Number 11, Delta Work, unseated in this race last year. Rain will suit his chances again, similar to Malheur Mission. The blinkers are on. He's the top contender from Gordon, who's really dangerous in this race. Jack Kennedy rides. A lot of positives for him. Number 12, Foxy Jacks. He looks a bit harshly treated at the weights. He's got a bit to do there on his peak Irish chase rating. He fell in the 2022 Topham. He's an enigmatic horse though, so hard to know what he'll do, and he's running for very respected connections at Mouse Morris. Number 13, Galvin, had no luck in the race last year, trying to give Davy Russell his last winner. Came down with the first. He'll need a bit more luck around this time. He was an eye-catching winner last time though, in his prep run in the Boyne Hurdle. Should run a nice race for Gordon, but isn't the first string. Number 14, another one for Gordon Elliott and Gigginstown. Farouk Delaine, he's a very lightly raced 9-year-old. He pulled up in the Pertemps last time. He's got plenty to prove here. Number 15, Eldorado Allen. He's getting towards the veteran stages of his career. He's winning this for 2 years now. Pulled up in the Ultima at Cheltenham last time. This is a really tough ask. Number 16, Ain't That a Shame for Henry de Bromhead. Had threatened to win a big handicap for a long time. Got that done last time when impressively winning the Testes. Has been sold to David Maxwell, who will be riding him in this year's Grand National. He can be quirky. Best watched, I'd say. Number 17, Vanillier, the leading hope for Gavin Cromwell. Sean Flanagan on board, a massive eye catcher in this race last year when chasing down Carrick Rambler. Second that day. He's only £2 higher this year, given a real chance by the handicapper. I'd be a little bit worried about his last run in the Bobby Joe Chase. Looked below par that day. Number 18, Mr. Incredible. He's definitely a character. He did seem to take to the fences last year though, was going quite well before unseating. If he has a bit of luck on the way around, he will be staying on strongly towards the finish. He's a dour stayer. Number 19, Run Wild Fred. Pulled up in the Ultima last time. His form looks regressive. He fell in this in 2022. A lot to do. Late Night Pass, probably best known for his exploits in the point-to-points and hunter chasing scene. He won a cross-country race at Cheltenham in December. He has run well over this course, but might lack the class in this type of race. Manila Crooner, he pulled up in the Ultima last time. He was third in the Bobby Joe Chase behind Vanillier and I Am Maximus. He was well thought of as a novice, has got ability, but he has to start showing it soon. Adamantly chosen a runaway winner last time at Down Royal. That was a nice prep run. He's a solid jumper and could be one to outrun big odds. Number 23, Mac Totty. He likes the course. He won the 2022 Topham over these fences. He's a veteran now, though this is a tough ask. Number 24, Chemical Energy. I definitely think he can outrun big odds. He's really lightly raced. He was second to Gala de Menil in the 2023 National Hunt Chase. Gala de Menil went on to be third in last year's National. He's a big price under a good jockey for a dangerous yard in this race. I think he's a lively outsider. Limerick Late, the choice of retained jockey Mark Walsh. She just prevailed in the Mayor's Chase. Soft ground isn't an issue, but I'd have small concerns about her stamina. She is £6 well in on her official mark, and JP reported on TV yesterday that he had backed her at each way prices, so she must have a good shot. Number 26, Meeting of the Waters. He's been my long-term fancy for this race. He was third in the Ultima at Cheltenham, pulled a bit too hard that day. He'll have to settle better to see this trip out, but I think he could still be one of the most unexposed horses in the field. Danny Mullen's on board. I'm hoping he can run a massive one. Number 27, the Goffer. He disappointed in the Ultima last time. Looks well exposed in these kind of top staying handicap chases, but it is eye-catching that he has got one of the top English jockeys on board in Sean Bowen. Wouldn't be my fancy. Number 28, Roy Maj, a really likeable sort, 7th in this race last year. Hard to see him improving much on those placings again, but I think he should run a really solid race. Number 29, Glenn Gooley. He was well beaten in the plate at Cheltenham. A good second in the Tyestes before that. I think he's got plenty to do. He would be a shock winner for me. Number 30, Galia de Leto for Dan and Harry Skelton. Only 2 mares in the field, a long time since a mare has won it. I'd actually fancy Galia de Leto more so than Limerick Late. I thought she looked quite progressive this year. She disappointed last time in Exeter when she was quite fancied, but she is a grade 2 winner over fences. She will stay all day. A dour stayer, ground won't be an issue. A really dangerous one for a top English stable. Number 31, Panda Boy, along with Meeting of the Water, is one of my main fancies for this race. Coming from the Martin Brazel yard, this has been a long-term plan. Trainer has won this in the past with number 6, Valverde. He was second to Meeting of the Waters in the Paddy Power. A nice run over hurdles then at the DRF to prep him for this. It's been a long-term plan. I think the drawing ground will help him. I'd expect him to run a massive race. Number 32, Eclat de Rire, has had plenty of issues, showed promise in his younger days, but missed plenty of time since. An encouraging run at Fairy House, followed by a disappointing run at Cheltenham. Big price, looks about right. He wouldn't be for me. Number 33, Chambard, has given rider Lucy Turner plenty of big race success. They won the Beecher over these fences back in December, also won the Kimmuir at Cheltenham. He won't mind the testing ground, but he is a veteran now. Should run a solid race, but could get outclassed by younger rivals. And last but not least, number 34, Kitty's Light, sneaks in the bottom of the weights for Christian Williams. Was really impressive when winning the Scottish National and the Bet365 Gold Cup within a week last year. Has been out of sorts this year. The drying ground will help, but will have to bounce back to form. So that's my quick run through the 2024 Aintree Grand National. To recap, my main selections: Meeting of the Waters, Panda Boy, and I think a really lively outsider has to be Chemical Energy for Gordon Elliott, who does so well in this race, and Danny Gilligan, of course, who got his first Cheltenham Festival winner only a couple of weeks ago. So hope you all enjoy the spectacle of Aintree, and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the IrishRacing.com content.